Hi, everybody. This is John Fanta with Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart at ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Welcome back to Rob Rogers Field. My name is Dalton Reed. You see the drone shot there. Beautiful day here in Arkadelphia, and we will look at just how beautiful the greenery here is on campus, as spring is most definitely sprung, as it is a warm Friday afternoon here in the first couple of weeks of April. This is the second game of the doubleheader today between the visiting Southwestern Oklahoma State University Bulldogs and the Ouachita Tigers. Going to take a quick look at what happened in the first game, and then we will dive into the second game. Southwestern came off with the victory 6-4 off 10 hits, no errors. Ouachita 4 runs, 18 hits, 2 errors. The win goes to Josh Dolich, loss to Chase Oberly, and the save to Keegan Baker. Ouachita left 15 runners on base to only 7 for Southwestern. That was the story of the day. Earlier today was the runners left on base, as I am now joined by Isaac Bourne. Isaac was with me for most of the first game as he completed the 6-hour drive down from Kentucky this morning. And good to have you on this afternoon, Isaac.
Yeah, Dalton, I'm still feeling the drive right now. I mean, sitting in the car for 6 hours, something that I used to make, a habit back when I was in college, which is crazy to say was only 5 months ago. But, it's something that when you make it without making it for a long time, it's something that feels a lot longer than 6 hours. I felt like I was in the car all day, and then I get out of the car, and it's only 1 o'clock. So something that not used to making, but something that the Tigers, they're going to need to do today is that they're going to need to win this one. If they can force a rubber match against this SWOSU program at 1 o'clock tomorrow, it will be big in terms of them being able to make their way back up in the GAC standings. They're now 11-14 on the season following that loss just a few minutes ago. So, Dalton, it's more important than ever that the pitching comes to play today, specifically Austin Bagnall. He comes in as this third game pitcher, as starting last season as at Ouachita as a big name coming from Butler Community College. So him starting off today is going to really tell the story in terms of who wins this one and if the Tigers can pick up a 7-inning win here today at home.
Bagnall, 40 innings even pitched for him this year, 29 strikeouts, 1-3 record, 3.68 ERA. And we'll have the home plate meeting, as you can see here. Coach Luke Howard on the left, Coach J.R. Head on the right. We'll take a look here at the Southwestern Oklahoma State University lineup. John Spoto will lead things off. Landon Meyer. Kotaro Wakui will bat third. Fourth is Zach Markarwich. Rusty Wortman, Nolan McCrossin, Keaton Fisher, Jose Mendoza, Chris Clark, and then Garrett Fulmer on the bump for Southwestern. For Ouachita, Ashton Ibarra first, Jaron Cesar in center field once more, Garrett Graham batting third and at first, Joseph Boland behind the dish in fourth, Reese McWilliams over at short in fifth, Cole Bedwell at second, as he was in the first game, Reagan Yeager batting seventh, Presley Nichols in right field, and Cole Davis, the addition to the lineup, and the 9-hole in the designated hitter spot. And like we mentioned, Austin Bagnall will get the start. High school product of Parish Episcopal. Like Isaac mentioned previously at Butler Community College, you see him getting the hand check there from the umpire. Ouachita's defense, it was solid at times during the first game. Have to see what it will entail this game. We saw a couple of flash of the leather plays from Cole Bedwell, and very, very interesting to see what Ouachita can do in this game.
And the story in the field today is going to be that first baseman and Garrett Graham. Dalton, we talked to a little bit earlier in the earlier game about how there have been different players at different times on that dish, but today it'll be Graham, Cole Bedwell at that second base position. And, I mean, you talked about it earlier, talked about it just a minute ago. Cole Bedwell, his performance at second base last game, just playing a lot off his back foot. It's going to be important for him today to make sure to temper himself and keep himself on straight legs in that at that second base position and be able to make those plays and prevent those two costly errors that eventually gave up the game to SWOSU just earlier today.
Very, very important series for Ouachita when it comes to the Great American Conference. As you see Bagnell warming up there. Ouachita in the cream uniforms, purple undershirts, purple letters. You will see Southwestern come out shortly, and they are in the all-navy blue with some baby blue accents on the letters and the numbers. When we look, Ouachita, the only team to complete a game today in the Great American Conference here in Arkadelphia. Southern Arkansas and East Central underway in Ada. Northwestern and Henderson underway across the street, along with Monticello and Southeastern out in Durant. And then it's scheduled for a 6 o'clock first pitch in Searcy. The Bison will take on the Bisons, as it was highly debated during the Division II championships for basketball. Oklahoma Baptist and Harding, and then Southern Naz on the road at Russellville to play Arkansas Tech, and then the second game of the doubleheader for Northwestern and Henderson at 6 o'clock tonight. But enough of the pregame. We are headed into the game as John Spoto will step in. And the first pitch from Austin Bagnell at 3:33 on this warm Friday afternoon is outside for ball one of Game 2 of this Great American Conference doubleheader.
And warm is definitely mincing it just a little bit. It's 84 degrees and rising. I mean, it is the hottest time of the day right now, but it is good to have some summer-like weather right now. I mean, I don't know what the weather has been here in Arkadelphia, but I know that up in Kentucky, it has been cold and then a little bit hot, but never as hot as 84 degrees. And so, feels like baseball season right now, Dalton. That's all we can say.
It sure does, and it seems it's always warm or extremely cold in Arkansas.
The big thing for Bagnell here is going to be keeping that bullpen empty for as long as he possibly can. We'll see if he can go the full 7 today, but if not, it'll be up to pitching coach Dave Brown to decide who goes up on the mound later on in this one if so needed. It is, like we mentioned, like we talked about, only a 7-inning game today, so Bagnell has the ability to go all the way if he can keep SWOSU from scoring or possibly getting on base here.
Count even at 2-2 here to Spoto. He will ground that one to McWilliams. Routine play over there to first for the first out of the first inning.
And that's why you put one of your best fielders at shortstop. Reese McWilliams fields it easily, gets it over to Garrett Graham, and that's a great way to start the game in the field if you're the Tigers.
Landon Meyer will step in, the senior third baseman. One 0 there to Meyer. Will get in there for strike one.
Infield playing slightly back here. Now that makes things interesting. Even count here. And we'll see here if Bagnall can send another guy home and have a great start to this 7-inning game.
Count even at 2 across the board. Only 1 out, though. 2-2 is popped up down the first base line and into the bullpen of Southwestern. Another foul off there from Meyer. Really battling right here.
And that's 2 in a row for Meyer. Bagnall throwing some pretty great pitches right in the zone, forcing Meyer to swing at him. Just been unable to really grab a hold of one yet.
One high and inside to run the count full.
And that right there is exactly what Meyer's waiting for. He forces the issue on Bagnall, and now we've got a full count. Both pitcher and batter now have the pressure on.
Here's the full count offering from Bagnall. That's going to be low for ball 4.
And right there, great battle between batter and pitcher. Bagnall gets an early walk after right there being so far up in the count. We'll see what that does to affect him as we go into the 3-hole now.
Later today, just over the press box is Cliff Harris Stadium at Cluck Benson Field. They will have the OBU spring game at 5:45 tonight, along with OBU campus dining, doing a little fajita cookout over there. So if you're a student, that is going to be 1 meal swipe on your OBU ID, and it will cost for others, but welcome to come out to Cliff Harris Stadium to see the first action of this team for Ouachita. McWilliams fields it over there, routine play. Going to try to roll 2, but only going to get 1 there at first base for the second out.
Left fielder, Zach McCarwich.
Dalton, you think my meal swipes still work?
Do you still have your ID?
I still have the ID, the old freshman year ID. One thing about here at Ouachita is if you lose an ID, you got to get it replaced. But for me, well, I guess I could pull it out later. I still have it.
Oh, 1 the count here to McCarwich. As that one's high. After that last win, Southwestern's record moves to absolute 500 at 20-20 on the year, 10-15 in the GAC. Ouachita 11-14 in the Great American Conference. So 2-1 the count here. Runner on first for Southwestern here in the top half of the first inning. As that one is hit off the inside of the bat to Bedwell, over to Graham. Great stretch from Garrett Graham. A 4-3 putout ends the top of the first inning. Ouachita's bats coming up right after this.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Owned by Ouachita alumni, Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more in downtown Arkadelphia is a must-stop for everyone. Stop by in the morning for fresh coffee, a specialty coffee drink, or a full breakfast. Come back at lunch, or in the evening for burgers like the Primo Burger, the Pulled Pork Burger, or the Mac and Cheese Burger. Maybe it's a salad, a wrap, a quesadilla, or one of our varieties of pizza. And don't forget to top it off with a sweet treat that puts the cherry on top of a great meal. That's Java Primo on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia.
We will get our first look at Garrett Fulmore, the junior from Wichita Falls, Texas, product of Northern Oklahoma College in Tonkawa, Oklahoma. You look at Fulmer on the air. Last time he was on the mound was against Southeastern at home. Went 5 1/3 there, 37 2/3 innings overall for him, sitting at an ERA of 4.3. Have to see what he offers these Ouachita hitters.
The key for this game is really going to determine what production both of these coaches can get out of their pitchers. I mean, Bagnall, we saw him earlier have the first shutout inning of the day. Now Fulmar is going to have the same challenge for him, but right now both teams kind of waiting to throw out that final pitcher till tomorrow. So both teams working with pitchers that, I mean, obviously you see them a little bit, but it'll be the more important thing for them is going to be making sure that the defense does its work today.
Most definitely Ashton Ibarra will step in, the freshman, counting a .372 batting average. He will take a first swing at that one. That one is a hard grounder, but contained over there at second base from Keaton Fisher. A 4-3 put out to start the bottom half of the first.
Now batting center fielder, Jaron Caesar.
As Jaron Caesar comes to the plate, batting out of the 2-hole here in the second half of this doubleheader. And Isaac, this is a very, very important 7-inning game here as Southwestern wins this one. They get the series. Ouachita can tie it. And we've seen how 1 inning can really swing a game. And so Ouachita, when they get runners on base, they've got to capitalize on those opportunities.
And usually in series like this, you usually see the doubleheader on Saturday, and you have the 1 game on Friday. But with this one, with the rain delays and rain changes and things like that, well, if this one is a win for Ouachita, you force an even more dramatic rubber match starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow, where both teams are going to come into it fully ready for it. They're going to be completely rested, and it'll be an exciting one. But, I mean, the Tigers have to strike the first blow and win this game here.
Caesar squares around the bunt there. Doesn't go around, so count is 2-1. Caesar leading the team in batting average with at .417. Will go around there for strike 2. Count even at 2-2, 1 out. Caesar fouls that one off to stay alive. That one fouled off. Caesar doing a good job of here. He's got 2 strikes on him from the 2 bunt attempts. Fouling off a couple pitches here, just trying to work his way through one. That one right back at Fulmer. Fulmer able to not get the field cleanly. Not able to field it cleanly, and Cesar will advance to second on the errant throw from the pitcher.
Looks like he threw that one out of play there, so that's going to just bring him to second. I think he started around second and then saw that they called it a dead ball, so that'll keep him at second. But either way, I mean, you've got a man coming up to the plate now with a man in scoring territory. Great position to start for the Tigers, just one out on the board. Interesting also is Reese McWilliams moved down in the lineup to fifth. Garrett Graham now slotting in the 3-hole.
Graham batting .293, and even 10 RBIs for him this year and 58 at bats. Graham will pop that one fouling out of play for the second strike. And that ball is barreled up into left field. Cesar thought it would get down, so went ahead and went, but able to make the catch out there in left center for the second out of the inning.
And he absolutely right there almost made a crucial mistake. He went thinking that Graham's ball was either out of there or down in the gap, and a piece of fielding that time by SWOSU to make sure that it doesn't go as another base hit and possibly a score. And Cesar's got to make his way back to second before the double play is made.
Joseph Bolin steps in the 4-hole. Batting cleanup today here in the second game of this doubleheader.
And no player better to put at the cleanup position than Bolin. He's got 6 homers on the season. What a year for Joseph Bolin, and very much a rebound season for him after last year just being really unable to find his bat. This year has been just an incredible turnaround for the catcher.
Bolin batted 5th in the first game of today's doubleheader.
I also do have to say, though, it was just kind of hard for most of Ouachita's team to find the bat. It was the defense that excelled last season. And this year, so encouraging to see this batting lineup be so talented.
And the base hit there from Bolin. The throw home is cut off, and Jaron Cesar will score on the Joseph Bolin single to start the scoring here for Ouachita. And they scored in the bottom half of the first inning in the first game. They do so here in the second game of the doubleheader.
And that's ribby number 33 for Bolin on the season, continuing what's been an incredible campaign for him.
Stepping in is a shortstop, Reese McWilliams. 2 outs.
We mentioned it earlier, Williams was in the 2-hole last game, so moving him now into the 5 slot, I'm sure was possibly a decision, something to do with Bolin being able to move to that cleanup spot. But either way, McWilliams has put together a good piece of hitting this season as well.
Ouachita doing a good job of fouling pitches off that don't look just right and then finding the perfect pitch for them to get a hit on.
We always like to provide an authentic game day experience, so whenever the baseball hits that backstop, we always like to make sure that the crowd can feel that hit as well, and as our crowd mic sits right on that backstop as well.
1-2 the count here to McWilliams, 2 outs. as he will take that one low for ball 2. Former listed at 6'2", the junior, as another foul there from McWilliams.
I feel like he's just trying to hit our crowd mic at this point. He's going for it because that's the second or third time in this at bat that the baseball is giving it a little tap over there.
Check over there at first. Throw offline though. Two's across the board here. 2 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. McWilliams pops that one up and out of play. Williams fouls that one off.
And it's been a day for this Ouachita team. They went through a game where in the first few innings, most of the scoring happened. And, I mean, that first game was really just primarily all no scoring. But either way, Dalton, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, so the off-speed there from Fulmer will be the end of the inning as Ouachita scores 1. And we're headed to the top of the second right after this.
At Berry & Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at Domino's.com.
Back at Rab Rogers Field in Arkadelphia as Ouachita leads 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. And some slow-moving baseball this far, but Ouachita able to string together a couple base hits to get on the board, Isaac.
And that wind, definitely not slow-moving. I think earlier today it was very stagnant. These players kind of just having to sit out there and bake in the sun. But right now, the wind is blowing and out towards right field specifically. So we'll see how that affects the rest of this game. Obviously, if you're a left-handed hitter, that's really advantageous for you. You got to pull out towards right field to put something out of here if you can. But also, if you're a right-handed hitter, you could just as easily poke it out there as well.
Coming up for Southwestern Oklahoma State University is going to be the catcher Rusty Wortman, his first at bat today in this second game. He will take strike 1 right there. And Isaac, I want to mention something. Really the whole reason you're down here in the natural state is for the Ouachita volleyball team. They won the Great American Conference regular season championship last year. Ring ceremony this afternoon, evening.
It hurts that you said last year because that was 2025, wasn't it, Dalton? Man.
Sure was 2025, yes. What can you say about that team? You know, a great run in the regular season and now finally getting that reward tonight at the ring ceremony.
Man, you've got to give credit to Allison Frizzell-Kaiser and the work that she's done with this program. Obviously, I mean, it's had some ups and downs in the past, and I think when she took over a program that had so much potential, but it's so just refreshing to see Coach Frizz put together a team of players that were developed all in the program. Every single senior and junior on that team was starting, or even not starting, was on the team as a freshman. Not a single transfer on that entire roster. They win the GAC title for only the second time in school history and the first time since they've been in Division II. So this school is such an incredible program that she's put together. And while they are losing a good batch of seniors and Emily Adams and Courtney Hansen and Riley Brazil, and I mean, I could go on. There's so many other great names that they're losing, but incredible junior class coming up. There's also so many talented players that just didn't get to play this year that are going to finally get some time. Margaret Addison Scott is a big name that's going to really help Leah Gardner in the middle at that middle blocker position. But then you've also got some other great players around them. Kylie Kisgan's got another year to be the libero for this team, and she was one of the best liberos in Division II this year.
That one's popped up from Wortman. Coming over from center field is Cesar to make the catch.
Caesar, he's just a good center fielder, no cap.
First baseman Nolan.
Wow, that was a dad joke. I'll give it to you as Cesar came across. He lost his cap. You mentioned Frizzell-Kaiser. Coach Kaiser, an assistant coach at Arkadelphia High School, won a state championship in 2024.
And, I mean, it's just cool to see how involved in the community that just the players of these teams, that the coaches of these programs, to see that Arkadelphia High School is so well intertwined with the colleges in this town as well. I mean, Chris Babb is a great example. He's our director at OSDN, but also served time as the athletic director at Arkadelphia High School. Also does all of their games on Arkadelphia TV, Arkadelphia Badger TV. So, I mean, it shows that this community of Arkadelphia is just, it's so fun to be around. And as a guy that's been without Arkadelphia for about 5 months now, you really start to miss a community that's so loving towards the college students that come in town and just welcoming. And, you know, I could say more, but there's still probably a lot more baseball left to play and a lot more for me to be sappy.
Hitters count here to McCrossan as he will take ball, what he thought was ball 4.
And Bagnall right there, beautiful pitch, puts it right at the bottom of the zone, almost to where you saw there the hitter thought it was going to be a ball, but Bagnall, he doesn't like to throw it in the middle of the zone, and right there grabs it just barely.
Here's the payoff pitch from Bagnall, and that's going to be in there for strike 3. Bagnall gets his first K of the afternoon, 22nd of the season to Nolan McCrossan.
And right there, that just locked him completely up right there. And, I mean, just Austin Bagnall, just a jailer up there for that final pitch.
Keaton Fisher steps in. 2 outs here, top of the second. No runners on for Southwestern.
And this right here for Austin Bagnall is what you're starting to see. He's finding the pitches he wants, finding the spots he wants in the zone. So now it's up to him to just find some various different pitches that aren't going to be hittable right there.
Bagnall's done a great job locating throughout these first 2 innings, Isaac. You saw the low pitch on the 3-0 for the last batter that caught the bottom third of the zone for a strike. Now he's got some room here. He's got Fisher down 0-2. That one's barreled up into left field. Backtracking and at the wall is Ibarra, and that's going to be extra bases for Keaton Fisher.
And right there, that's exactly what you call a momentum changer. You see Bagnall has all of the momentum in the world after getting his first K of the game and then throwing 2 straight great strikes. And then down 0-2 in the count. That's exactly why, as a pitcher, you cannot remain stagnant. You've got to continue to throw some hard ones in there. And that time just gives a nice, easy one to go out towards left field.
And Southwestern's first hit of the game, and that right there will be their second hit of the game, as they are going to wave him home there. So Keaton Fisher able to go from second to home there on the Jose Mendoza double.
And Dalton, I'll give you this too. Second to home in just 2 pitches. He hit one out towards the left side, put himself on second base. 1 hit later, he's crossing the plate. That it right there is absolute urgency from the Bulldogs.
Ball game knotted up at 1-1 as the 9-hole hitter Clark steps in.
Also, another thing to say about that as well, you've got to see Bagnell almost out of that inning and then relinquishes a run. We've got snake eyes on the board after we thought that Bagnell up 0-2 in the count with 2 outs on the board. You thought right there that could have been the end, and right there that's going to force another meeting with his catcher. Is now also Luke Howard running out there.
No action this far in the Ouachita bullpen. Bagnell just got to settle down a little bit.
I mentioned earlier the most important part about Bagnell's appearance on the mound is going to be staying out there for as long as possible. You want to be able to keep Bagnell out there for all 7 innings if you absolutely can, and keep the bullpen empty. That's why I said he's got to be able to keep the bullpen empty, but right now if he can't settle down in the next few innings, he might have to come off the mound. Obviously still not too many pitches in, but if he gets up to about 70 or 80, I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody jump into the bullpen.
38 pitches so far for Austin Bagnell, as he is down in the count here 2-0 to Chris Clark. Big wave to miss there from Clark.
And that's a great comeback pitch right there. You, as a pitcher, almost kind of like in basketball, you want to see just a shot go through the rim right there. Bagnell just seeing one go right past the bat, that's got to be a good confidence boost.
That one's barreled up. Cesar gives chase and misses it. That is going to be to the wall. Clark going for a RBI triple.
And right now the Bulldogs just forcing Ouachita's outfielders to make a lot of ground on their legs. And I mean, that all just goes credit to the pieces of hitting that we're seeing. They're not just putting them in the outfield, they're putting them in just about the hardest to reach places that you could get to. Caesar thought he was on top of that one in the outfield, but just barely can't get to it in time. And just an unfortunate break for the Tigers.
Clark stands at third base as Spoto at the plate here. 0 for 1 today with a ground out to short.
And right here, baseball, just such an unpredictable game. You would have asked us 5 minutes ago how this game was going. You would have really liked the outcome. Bagnell had a 1-0 lead with 2 outs and 2 strikes, just needed 1 more to go past the bat. And now we've got a pitcher walking into the bullpen for Ouachita. Looks like it's going to be Andrew Hayden, the junior out of Lone Oak, Texas.
As that's going to be strike 1 there. (3-1) the count. That one's grounded over there to Bedwell. Bedwell to Graham for the final out of the top of the second inning, but not before Southwestern strings some hits together for a couple of runs. They lead 2-1 here at the Rab in Arkadelphia.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street or visit their website at printmaniatees.com. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business Print Mania has been serving the area since 1992. Call Print Mania today at 870-246-3803.
Arkadelphia's newest entertainment option is open and ready for business. Tea Time Sims brings world-class indoor golf simulators to Arkadelphia, allowing you to practice, play, and perfect your swing in a comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page to learn about our monthly tournaments, closest to the pin showdowns and long drive battles. Learn more and book your tee time at teatimegolfarkansas.com.
Back at Rav Rogers Field in Arkadelphia, you see some scores there from across the GAC. Got one final score. Southeastern Oklahoma State defeats UAM. That's a big upset out there in Durant. And then ECU up on SAU in the sixth inning. Everybody else trying to beat the heat by playing one game tonight and a couple tomorrow. Bedwell, Yeager, Nichols due up for the Tigers here in the bottom of the second. We'll see our second inning of Garrett Fulmer as well as Bedwell takes that one high for ball one. Tigers scored one run in the bottom of the first inning off a couple of hits as Fulmer looks to bring down that fastball there as it was ball two. One catches the inside of the zone for the first strike.
Dalton, I think the most exciting thing about being back here in Arkadelphia is just visiting all of these just timeless venues that just continue to amaze me. Just the way that Ouachita takes care of its fields, its courts. It's just something that, you don't appreciate until you don't have it. And here, beautiful Rab Rogers Field, not a single dead blade of grass in the entire field, on the entire field, well mowed. Something that you come to appreciate when you're dealing with a little different, on maybe a little bit of a lower level.
For sure, beautiful facilities here in Arkadelphia as Cole Bedwell fouled out to first base and Reagan Yeager will step in. Yeager, freshman.
Also on top of that, too, just the level of play that Ouachita exhibits from baseball to tennis. We mentioned this in the last broadcast, but to football to basketball, there's nothing like being able to be a commentator and being able to work in sports for a program like OSDN, where we're working for OSDN, we get to see so many high levels of success. This year, we got to bear witness to a Ouachita team that was one of the best we've seen in terms of just record and how well they did. Player-wise, obviously didn't get the job done in the GAC tournament, but definitely got gypped out by the committee in D2. I'm just kidding. But either way, it got to see some GAC performance go far in the basketball space for D2. And then also, great football season. We had an incredible hype around Battle of the Ravine this year. Possibly will they, won't they have college game day. And, for anyone that is for anyone that might be tuning in, that's not that doesn't know much about Ouachita, you're going to want to tune in just about on the second weekend of November every single year. Now, obviously, next year we won't have the rights to it, but we can always hope and pray that when we do have the rights to it, we'll also be doing it with our good old friends at ESPN.
As Yeager goes down on strikes. Presley Nichols steps into the batter's box.
And Nichols had one of his better hits of the season earlier today, putting one towards the back wall, going for two bases. See today if he can, take the lid off the cap today, or the cap off the lid, and get on base in this inning.
He will barrel that one up into left field. Backtracking and caught right before the warning track. Ouachita comes up empty-handed in the bottom of the seventh. In the bottom of the second. They trail 2-1 here at home against Southwestern. We will be back with the top of the third right after this.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands. Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Austin Bagnall back on the mound for a third inning of work as he will face number 8, number 9, and number 2, 2, 3, 4 in the order for Southwestern. Southwestern able to string together a couple hits and add that to a couple runs in the top of the second inning. Have to see what Bagnall offers. Bagnall one pitch away from a scoreless inning. Had the batter down 0-2. And the hit and then the triple from Clark scored another run.
Bagnall still up on the mound. Andrew Hayden, though, getting some warm-up pitches in the bullpen. We'll see how much pressure that puts on Bagnall here to keep himself on that mound. We mentioned that last inning. Think about Bagnall. I mean, he was one pitch away from keeping the shutout, but then just two great plays by the Bulldogs opened this one up and gave him the lead.
That one's flown straight out to center field and into the glove of Jaron Cesar.
Now batting the DH, Kotaro Wakui.
Kotaro Wakui will step in the DH.
That first pitch there, you saw the vision for him, but it just broke a little too late. That's exactly what Bagnall likes to do, Dalton. You see him every single time. I said it earlier, he's not going to hit the middle of a zone. He loves to find those corners right there. The fastball hits the outside corner.
That one barreled up and hooking away from Reese McWilliams will end in a single for Wakui.
Left fielder, Zach McCarwich.
Zach McCarwich will step into the batter's box, runner on first base. Opportunity for some more insurance for Southwestern.
Right there, you watch that one. Glad that it didn't grab the hitter. Could have quite possibly looked like it was about to hit him.
Carwitz had an RBI in the first game of this inning. 5 at bats.
Precarious position here for Bagnell. We've seen him work back from 3-0, but he's going to really have to find his spots here. There's the first strike there, and that's one of those weird positions. Obviously, you don't try to swing on a 3-0, but I mean, that fastball right in the middle of the zone for Bagnell. And sorry.
Double play opportunity here as the count goes full off that foul ball.
Just what I was going to say. Just like that, though. I mean, it was 3-0 just a minute ago. Now it's 3-2. Both batter and pitcher with pressure on him now.
It's fouled off the mask of Bolin. Wakui stands at first base. Got a small lead there as that one's low for ball 4. And the walk is issued to McCarvage.
All right there. Looks like that pitch just got away from him a little bit, and that might be the day for Bagnell. I mean, just an unfortunate set of circumstances for him. Had a great start to this game, but like we said, just a few unfortunate pitches just gave him a little too easily to the Bulldogs. And now we're seeing a pitching change.
We will meet the new pitcher on the other side of this break here at Rab Rogers Field. You're watching Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Andrew Hayden is the next pitcher for Ouachita. I see him getting warmed up there.
I'm interested to see who Andrew Hayden is. Is he the evil twin of Andrew Hayden?
Something like that.
But looking at Hayden on the season, he's had a great career at Ouachita. This not being his first or second year with the Tigers. He's been here quite a while, and he's put together some great games in relief, mainly used it as that relief type pitcher. But Dalton, I'm interested to see what we see out of him today in a very crucial game where right now, I mean, every single pitch is crucial, so you can win this one and force a rubber match tomorrow.
Hayden, this is his third year at Ouachita. Hometown, Lone Oak, Texas. Went to Lone Oak High School. Last season, made 13 appearances, 2 starts. Finished the season with 19 2/3 innings pitched. This year, already at 23 2/3 innings pitched. He will inherit a runner at first and second base that belong to Austin Bagnell. Only one out here, but you do have a force at third, second, and first. First pitch there misses for Hayden. That one fielded by Graham and taken himself For the second out of the inning, runners advance 90 feet each.
First baseman Nolan McCrossin.
McCrossin will step in. McCrossin coming into the series, batting .319, 135 at bats. Crossan will look at that one low. Big inning here for Ouachita. You want to keep it at a one-run game. If Hayden can come in and get 2 outs, that'd be massive. He's already got one of them. Just looking for the second one now. Andrew Hayden, 4.08 ERA. As that one's high and inside for ball 3. .23 strikeouts, 12 walks for Hayden. See what he's offers. 3 O's to McCrossin. That one's going to be low for ball 4. So bases loaded here, 2 outs, prime opportunity for Southwestern to add some more insurance here in the top of the third. Ouachita, if they want to keep this one close, got to get out of this inning. Keaton Fisher will step into the batter's box, righty on lefty matchup. Ouachita in the cream uniforms with the purple undershirts, purple lettering. Southwestern navy blue uniforms with baby blue pants and baby blue outline of the lettering, as Coach Dave Brown will come out and talk to Andrew Hayden, just kind of calm him down a little bit. He's in a 2-0 count, gave up a walk previously on 4 pitches. And Keaton Fisher got some power off that bat. Second inning, he hit a double and ended up scoring on it. That was 1 of 2 runs for Southwestern in the second inning. Time charged there to Ouachita. Wakui at third, McCarwich at second, and McCrossin at first with Fisher at the plate. That one's outside for ball 3. Hayden got to find the zone here. A walk would score a run. Need a strike here from Hayden, as that's going to catch the plate for strike 1. As we see there, Tiger softball wins the series out in Weatherford, 2-1. Tiger scored 5 unanswered to win that rubber match.
Now batting the shortstop, Jose Mendoza.
Won the first game 10-1, lost the second one by a run, and then able to score 5 unanswered to get the win 6-5. Remington Adams, 2-run homer to tie the game. So congratulations to the Tiger softball team. Tiger baseball team a little bit of a bind here, as Coach Luke Howard has a short leash on his pitchers today, as that is going to do it for Andrew Hayden, as we will have a pitching change here at the RAB, and we will bring it to you right after this break.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
Back here at Rab Rogers Field, we have a pitching change as number 28, Braden Tucker, on the bump now. 6 foot, 170-pound senior, Fort Worth, Texas native, Covenant Classical School. Can see Coach Howard having a discussion with the first base umpire. Unsure what it's about. Tucker comes into the game with 41 2/3 innings pitched. 4.20 ERA, as he is looking to get out of a bind right here. Bases loaded for Southwestern. Had bases loaded, walked Keaton Fisher. That scored a run to get them the lead 3-1. See there on the bottom of your screen, women's tennis team picks up its first GAC win at home. And the men's team also stays undefeated. So success all around Ouachita Athletics. We mentioned the GAC regular season champs for volleyball. Tennis having some success. Tennis facility just beyond the outfield wall out in center field. As Jose Mendoza will step in, the shortstop batting in the 8-hole today. Braden Tucker inherits 3 runners. As Tucker's first pitch is ball 2. Two early count here from Tucker to Mendoza. It's in there for strike 1, and Ouachita really just trying to limit the damage here. This is a big game. Southwestern leads the series 1-0 after that game earlier today. Ouachita needs this series to stay in contention for the Great American Conference Tournament, as that one is popped fouling out of play. So just one more strike needed from Braden Tucker. So it'd be big if Ouachita could get out of this inning only giving up 1 run and keep it a 2-run game. The 2-2. That's going to just miss outside. Count runs full. Three-two. Big wave and just got a tip of it. The off speed. Andrew Hayden able to change the eye slot there of Jose Mendoza. Have to see what he goes with here. If he goes low and away or high and inside. Here's the 3-2. That one is shot up the right field line, and that's going to be fair. That's going to be multiple runs for Southwestern. That's going to be a 2 RBI double for Jose Mendoza. That one barely fair up the right field line. So now the 9-hole hitter Chris Clark will come in. Clark tripled in his last at-bat to left field. Drove in a run as that one's popped up. And Tucker will come in. Give up a couple of runs, but to runners that were not his. Southwestern leads 5-1. We'll be back with the bottom of the third right after this.
Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Back in Arkadelphia, Southwestern leads 5-1. We'll get our third inning of look at Garrett Fulmer as he is back on the bump for the Bulldogs, and rightfully so, as they have a 5-1 lead over the Tigers. And for the Tigers, 9-1-2 due up. Cole Davis, the freshman, will lead off the inning. Davis, a Little Rock, Arkansas native from Little Rock Christian Academy. Davis, only 13 at-bats this year, as he will swing at the first pitch, and it will be fouled off. Tigers looking to find something offensively. Down 4 here as Southwestern scored 2 in the second inning, 3 in the third. Ouachita scored 1 in the first, but held scoreless in the second. (0-2) here to the 9-hole Tiger. And a wave and a miss there from the freshman, and he will get sat down on 3 pitches. Ashton Ibarra will step in. Lead off for the Tigers. Led off the first game, leads off this game. Southlake, Texas native, as he will ground that one up the middle. Charging is the shortstop. Great throw from Mendoza over to McCrossin for the second putout.
So far, just no luck in the base paths for the Tigers today. They haven't been able to really put a bat to a ball and get to the bases, and ever since that just absolute juggernaut of an inning for the SWOSU, offense has been hard to come by for Ouachita.
Jaron Caesar will step in, the junior center fielder. He'll take the 0-1 for strike 2. Caesar scored in the first inning. It's the only run to cross the plate. Got on base via single. As that one's outside. Homer 2 2/3 so far. Only 1 run, 3 strikeouts, 31 pitches. Here's the 1-2 to Caesar. That one's going to be smoked up the left field line and just foul there down the third base side. That would have been extra bases if it had not have been foul. Caesar slowly gets back to home plate. On deck for the Tigers, senior Garrett Graham. That one's fouled back. So Caesar stays alive with 2 strikes. Ouachita 2 of 10 as a team thus far, batting .200. That one going to be foul. Caesar still at the plate. So 1-2 the count here, 2 outs. That one's fouled off once more. One, two, the count here to the Tiger center fielder. And he will take another one foul. Caesar really battling here at the plate. Fouls off another one. Track and field team all over the place today as they are down in Oxford, Mississippi at Ole Miss at the John Walker Invite. As along there over in Searcy for the Brian Phillips Invitational at Harding University. So a lot happening here on campus. As Caesar finally gets one and into fair territory, it will be a routine put out. 4-3 to end the inning. Tigers trail by 4. We're headed to the 4th right after this.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of that Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
Blakelytown is Arkadelphia's gathering space, perfect for weddings, receptions, parties, reunions, showers, corporate outings, and more. Easily accessible for local and out-of-town visitors, Blakelytown features both indoor and outdoor options and is customizable to fit your vision and your needs. Blakelytown is locally owned and operated and proud to serve the Arkadelphia community. Dates fill quickly, so contact Blakelytown today to reserve your space for the event of your dreams.
We appreciate all of our sponsors. A cup of that Chicken-E sweet tea would be great. I love some Chicken-E sweet tea. Shout out to Domino's for the meal today.
I like me some Chicken-E Arnold Palm. That's what I like.
Is the sweet tea too sweet? Is that way? Because I'm that way with Chick-fil-A.
I'll tell you this right now, and with our director, who's the biggest sweet tea fan ever, sweet tea just tastes like sugar, and I think sometimes
that's the point.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Sugar doesn't taste too good without some kind of other flavoring with it, and so I gotta have me a nice little citrusy flavor with the lemonade.
So, how would you rank Arkadelphia sweet tea? Because there's definitely, in my opinion, a last place, and then it's kind of tied for the
There's
top
different
two.
sweet teas in Arkadelphia. I had no idea.
Oh, yes. Oh, 110%, as that one's barreled up, straight up the middle, charging play there from Bedwell, not going to be able to make the play. One thing I haven't tried, I need to go try, Java Primo. I'm sure they have a sweet tea, another sponsor of OSDN.
Hey, if you go to Java Primo, though, you can try just about every food on the menu. They do it right in terms of they try new dishes and it goes well. You can never go wrong, though, with the pizza there. The burgers are great. Man, I promise you, for me, I have no benefit in complimenting Java Primo. I just love their food. Go try it sometime, guys, if you're ever in town.
Spoto stands on first base after that single. That one is barreled up into right field. Routine pop fly as Preston Nichols reins that one in.
Right now, consulting the trailer on sweet tea related matters. I can tell we're at that part of the day right now. But right now, the big thing for Ouachita is just going to be trying to stop bleeding. I mean, you're down by 4, which today that sounds insurmountable. But Ouachita, they've got the hitting to do it. I think the big key for them is just going to be getting, like we mentioned, getting guys across the plate. They had 17 hits in the last game, only 4 runs. Right now, only 2 hits on the day, so it's going to be very important for head coach Luke Howard's team to just find their bats, and then once they do well in the base paths. I think you have to be able to be smart, do smart base running, and also, just use the strategies that you have implemented to get yourself 4 more runs and tie this one back up. So, I'll let Dalton do the reporting on the sweet tea that we just got back from the trailer. The sweet tea ranking we just got back from the trailer.
So, according to our technical director, Gavin Wallace, the worst sweet tea in Arkadelphia is McDonald's, which I'm going to have to disagree with. Throw down to second, not in time. I just think that I'm a fan of McDonald's sweet tea. It's like drinking syrup.
See, would you consider McDonald's sweet tea Arkadelphia sweet tea, though? I just consider it sweet tea. I could go get McDonald's sweet tea, just down the road back in Kentucky, too. Our technical director just making us laugh right now. He's basically saying he's kind of like those Diet Coke aficionados that could tell a difference, but to extreme extent, being able to tell the difference in sweet tea between New York City and Arkadelphia at the same restaurant of McDonald's. I think that's a different level of sweet tea enjoyment that is only present down here in the South. So now the big thing for this Ouachita pitching, I think right now Ouachita moving to this committee that they're pitching by, but I mean also still no action in the bullpen. You've got some guys sitting down there. Dalton, I think the thing for Ouachita is just you have to be able to prevent these easy hits that SWOSU's getting right there. Another one.
Yeah, they've been able to string together some hits as they extend the lead 6-1 here in the fourth inning, as they look to really extend this one out of reach for Ouachita and take the series. Only in the top of the fourth inning here, runner on second and on first, as that is going to be an RBI for Zach McCarwich.
Lucky number 7 on the day for hits for the Bulldogs. That trounces the Tigers' number of 2 hits.
Wild pitch there from Braden Tucker will result in the runners advancing 90 feet.
And once again, 2 runners in scoring position. Ouachita finds themselves in a similar place that they were in just a bit ago. And an infraction here is going to load the bases. We'll see what the call is. Official is pointing towards the right side.
That one's barreled up and out of play.
And they say that it looks like Wortman was just intentionally walked. I don't think it was anything special. So it looks to me like you just want to, when you've got 2 runners in scoring position, you want to keep. And intentional walk to set up the double play as well. You've got force out on every base now. So if you're Ouachita, it puts you in a position to where you can close this inning out quickly and prevent any more hijinks from happening on the terms of the Bulldogs.
Has McCrossan down here with 2 strikes. See if he can finish him off.
Got some members of the Ouachita women's soccer team as well to our right. We had some volleyball players, now some women's soccer players, just continuing to see the athletes support athletes in pursuit of that Sharp Cup. That the awards for that should be coming in very soon. I think next week will be the athletic awards.
That one is grounded, and that's going to be McWilliams. He charged there, and on the infield play, Southwestern was moving, so they will score 2 off that fielding error.
Simply just not a very pretty afternoon for Ouachita's defense. Just have been unable, even when given the opportunity, to make do with what they have. That right there, McWilliams, all I had to do was obviously not a routine play. You had to be able to make the scoop, but even then, McWilliams lets it get by him there, and that's 2 more scores for SWOSU, a 7-run lead here in the 4th inning. This one could get ugly if the bleeding doesn't stop as soon as possible. Right there, you see Bolin heading out to the mound to talk to his pitcher, and Dalton. Now you've got another pitcher warming up over in the bullpen for the Tigers.
Yeah, I figured we would see pitching by committee definitely in this second game. And in this second game, Ouachita has just struggled. 2 runs in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th. 3 runs so far here in the 4th inning. and only one out. So Bowling, a word of encouragement there to Braden Tucker.
Also, you have to probably a strategic move there by the catcher, trying to give some warm-up pitches. You trying to quickly warm up the pitcher now in the bullpen. It is a lefty. We'll see. We'll try to get a number on him as soon as possible.
In there for strike one, Keaton Fisher now at the plate. Oh, 1 the count, now 1-1.
Looks like it's going to be Kendall Cassidy warming up in the bullpen, and so now he'll see just about every part of the field today. He was DH in that first game. Came in for Cade Bowman in the lineup, and so he's been at the plate, and now he's going to face the plate if the substitution happens soon. But another southpaw pitcher, and Cassidy, we'll talk a little bit more about him, though, if once he takes the mound.
So 2-2 the count after that one. 3 big innings for Southwestern, and Luke Howard going to make the change to Kendall Cassidy. We will hear all about him right after this short break on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler says, "Go Badgers!"
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
Knight Insurance Professionals. We offer local expertise, a professional experience, and the attention to detail that you deserve. Knight Insurance Professionals offers a comprehensive list of commercial and personal insurance products and can fit their products to your needs. Insurance can be complicated. Let us take care of it for you. It's the assurance you're looking for when it comes to protecting what's important to you. Knight Insurance Professionals at 10th and Caddo in Arkadelphia. 870-246-3700. Local, professional, personal.
Kendall Cassidy on the bump for the Tigers. Saw him play a little bit of DH. Came in for Cade Bowman in the last game. Now the southpaw will get a chance at these hot Southwestern bats. Native of Burleson, Texas, Burleson High School, went to McLennan prior to his time at Ouachita. Spent 1 year there, made 8 appearances. Last year at Ouachita, played in 22 games, started 20, 18 of those being at first base. 2 as a designated hitter, 1 as a pitcher. Batted nearly 300 last year. He inherits runners at first and second as that one is sent over, and the double play has not been able to be made, but they get the runner at second for the second out of the top of the 4th inning. Jose Mendoza steps up. Ouachita still trying to stop the bleeding as in the last 3 innings, 8 runs have crossed the plate for Southwestern. Big wave and a miss there on the off speed from the lefty. Cassidy checks over at first. That one is in there for strike 2. One, two, the count. And that's going to miss for strike. It's going to miss the strike zone 4 ball 2. That one is lifted into right field. Presley Nichols charges on and makes the play. That will do the top of the 4th inning. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. Ouachita trails 8-1 here at Rab Rogers Field in Arkadelphia.
At Ouachita, we're excited to partner with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, which offers many benefits to alumni and friends, and we want to tell you about one of those.
I'm Dylan McClain, a proud alumni, and I serve as the Vice President and Attorney at the Arkansas Baptist Foundation. The foundation proudly serves as Ouachita's Play and Giving partner, so if you're considering leaving a legacy gift or want to explore other charitable giving options, we'd love to guide you through that process. If you'd like to learn more about how you can invest in the next generation of Ouachita students, please contact us using the information below.
Go Tigers!
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
Back here in Arkadelphia, we're going to take a break from baseball for just a minute or two. Ouachita's Communications Department and the Ouachita Sports Digital Network competed at the Arkansas College Media Association Spring Convention Awards, and Ouachita was able to bring home a plethora of awards, and you can still watch the game, but I'm going to read through these awards real quick. Third place sports feature writing Marin Murray. Honorable mention news writing Marin Murray. Second place newspaper feature writing Marin Murray. Honorable mention political writing Phil Bird. Second place front page layout J.C. Sellers. First place personality profile J.C. Sellers. Those are for the print. For the a lot of awards. To shorten things up, we'll just go TV Producer of the Year, Lexi Lunsford. Designer of the Year, Aaron Key. Newspaper Editor of the Year, J.C. Sellers. Their online newspaper Editor of the Year, Madeline Tolas, runner-up photography of Madeline Tolas, and runner-up photography of the year, Joshua Ryan. So congratulations to all those students here at Ouachita Baptist. To win the count here to Garrett Graham, as he will pop that one up into the infield. Fisher calls everybody off and makes the play.
Now batting the catcher, Joseph Boland.
So Boland steps in now. Ouachita trails by 7. Ouachita just trying to get something going offensively here. That one gets away for ball 1. Count even at 1-1 with 1 out. Two one. Pop tie behind the plate in foul territory. Gonna just land in the bleachers. Count even at 2-2. That one's going to miss to run the count full. That one's popped up. Sky high ball, multiple Bulldogs converging on it, but Mendoza will call everybody off and make the catch in shallow left field for the second out of the inning.
Now batting the shortstop, Reese McWilliams.
Reese McWilliams will step into the right-handed batter's box. As you see there, great shot of McWilliams. Nice looking mustache. Williams fouls that one off for strike 1. Won the count here. Garrett Fulmer, 3 2/3 so far, only 2 hits and 1 run. He's ahead of the count, now even in the count, 1-1. That one's popped up and deep into left field, but Merkarwich is out there to make the play, as that will end the 4th inning. We're headed to the 5th of a 7-inning game right after this break.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
Kendall Cassidy comes on for his first full inning of work. Had 2/3 inning previously. ERA sits at 5.57 right now. Only threw 6 pitches in the last inning for 2 outs. 9-1-2 due up for Southwestern here in the top of the 5th inning. Chris Clark steps in. He will foul that one off. Clark, a transfer from Southeast Arkansas Community College in Pine Bluff, and he will single up the middle. Had a triple previously, now will add a single to his resume for today.
SWOSU.
Lineup flips back over to the top. John Spoto at the plate for Southwestern. Southwestern just looking to continue their dominance in this second game. A big inning in the first game got that win. Looking to take the series here in the second game of this doubleheader. Cassidy continuing to check Clark over at first base. Kendall gonna go, and the throwdown from Bolin is successful as they tag out Clark trying to steal. That one singled up the middle, fielded by McWilliams, kicked over to Graham for the second out of the inning. As spoke there, routine ground play up the middle. McWilliams able to field that one cleanly. Get it over to Graham. Big hit there, but even a better catch there out in right center from Jaron Caesar. That one off the bat of Landon Meyer. Lost his shoe doing it. But Jaron Caesar makes the catch to end the inning. Ouachita still trails 8-1. We're headed to the bottom of the fifth right after this.
Chicken Express, Lawn Doctor, Bank Plus.
Owned by Ouachita alumni, Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more in downtown Arkadelphia is a must-stop for everyone. Stop by in the morning for fresh coffee, a specialty coffee drink, or a full breakfast. Come back at lunch, or in the evening for burgers like the Primo Burger, the pulled pork burger, or the mac and cheese burger. Maybe it's a salad, a wrap, a quesadilla, or one of our varieties of pizza. And don't forget to top it off with a sweet treat that puts the cherry on top of a great meal. That's Java Primo on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita. Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Back here in Arkadelphia, we'll have another inning. You see, we're going to take a look at the throw from Bolin to McWilliams. Perfect tag there as Clark was coming in to steal, as that was the second out of the inning. The third out, a fly out to Jaron Caesar.
Second baseman Cole Bedwell.
Bedwell will step in. Bedwell 0 for 1 today. Popped out in foul territory to McCrossin in his first at bat in the second inning. Ouachita down 8-1 here. Bedwell hits that one well into right center, and it is tracked down by Clark for the first out of the bottom of the fifth inning.
Now batting third baseman Reagan Yeager.
Reagan Yeager will step in. Yeager will foul that one back. Yeager batting 154 in his 52 at bats. Does have 15 walks, so good plate discipline here for the freshman. He will take that one low. Continuing in the count ahead 3-1 now. Won the count. And Yeager will draw a walk.
Now batting right fielder Presley Nichols.
Nichols will come up to the plate. Ouachita has a runner on here. Only their 4th runner on today. They're 1 of 3 so far with runners on base. See Nichols from Van Buren, Arkansas. Oh, the count here. And that one misses for ball 1. Beautiful day here in Arkadelphia. And about 30 minutes in the spring game for the Tiger football team will take place just behind us at Cliff Harris Stadium at Cluck Benson Field. Looking forward to seeing the shift in that team. They brought in quite a bit through the transfer portal, which is something that is very relevant and very prominent within college athletics. And definitely has its withdrawals, but also has its benefits. And that one is grounded and under the glove of Keaton Fisher. Fisher just kind of misjudged that one, and the Tigers have 2 runners on with 1 out. So we will have a mound visit for Southwestern. When you look at the football team, a lot of things have changed. They hired a coach today for offensive line and tight end. Back in February, Ouachita signed 25 high school seniors and added 11 mid-year transfers to the roster for the 2026 season. We're ready to see the impacts of those new Tigers. Cole Davis, the designated hitter for today in the 9-hole, will step in as he'll lay off the high heat for ball 1. One's across the board for the 9-hole hitter of Ouachita. Two-one offering from Fulmer. And swung on and missed. Swing and a miss there from Cole Davis. Sits him down on strikes as Garrett Fulmer will get his 4th strikeout of the afternoon.
Now batting left fielder.
And with that strikeout, the lineup will flip back over to Ashton Ibarra in the top of this Tiger lineup. Ibarra, an RBI opportunity. He has a runner in scoring position at second, and Yeager. Oh, 1 count to Ibarra is high. Ibarra will lay off that one, but that will catch the zone for strike 2. Ibarra will look at strike 3 as a beautiful pitch from Garrett Fulmer will catch the outside corner. Tigers leave a couple ducks on the pond here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and we're headed to the top of the 6th right after this.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at Domino's.com.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street or visit their website at printmaniatees.com. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business, Print Mania has been serving the area since 1992. Call Print Mania today at 870-246-3803.
Kendall Cassidy back on the mound for his second full inning of work. Leading off for the Bulldogs is Kotari Wakui. As he sees 1 or 2 more warm-up pitches from Cassidy. Designated hitter for the Bulldogs has a hit by pitch. Eventually would score off that, a single in the 3rd, and then a fielder's choice.
Southwestern, the DH, Kotaro Wakui.
Overall for Southwestern, batting .348 as a team. The Japan native at the plate for Southwestern. He will lift that one high and deep into right field at the warning track and caught up against the wall. Presley Nichols reins it in, and that ball was pretty close to getting out of here, but a great play there by Nichols with the sun in his face, able to get underneath it and make the catch. Zach McCarwich steps into batter's box. There's a walk, a single that led to an RBI, and he will sky that one into left field on the first pitch offering. And Connor Hill will retain that one for 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning.
Rusty Wortman.
1-1 the count here, 2 outs. As that one is popped up into center field, charged on by Jaron Caesar. So a pop out to each outfielder will take care of the Bulldogs here in this inning. They still hold an 8-1 lead over the Tigers. Tigers headed to the bottom of the 6th in this 7-inning game.
Arkadelphia's newest entertainment option is open and ready for business. Tea Time Sims brings world-class indoor golf simulators to Arkadelphia, allowing you to practice, play, and perfect your swing in a comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page to learn about our monthly tournaments, closest to the pin showdowns and long drive battles. Learn more and book your tee time at teatimegolfarkansas.com.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of their Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
Back for his 6th inning of work is Garrett Fulmer. In his last 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, only 1 run, 1 walk, and 5 Ks on under 80 pitches. So efficient work for Fulmer today. Aaron Caesar will lead things off for the Tigers. 2-3-4 due up. Nothing and nothing. Bunt attempt there from Caesar will be strike 1. That one is torched up the middle off the pitcher, but the play is made there from the shortstop Mendoza over to McCrossan for the first out.
Now batting first baseman, Garrett Graham.
Dylan just had a lot of speed coming off the bat. Graham steps in as he will swing at the first pitch, foul it off his foot. So that will count as a foul ball. That one high, but check swing did not go around for Garrett Graham. Appeal to the first base umpire. Count even at 1-1 here, 1 out after the Caesar ground out. Two, 1. Graham pops that one up sky high. Calling for it is the second baseman, Keaton Fisher, and he will take care of it for the second out.
Now batting the catcher, Joseph Boland.
Joseph Boland steps in. Been working behind the dish here today. Bowling coming into this series batting .308. Bolin will get a good piece of that one out to left field. And it is caught just at the warning track by Zach McCarwich. He will rein that one in, and that's going to do the 6th inning. We're headed to the final inning here at Rab Rogers Field on this Friday afternoon doubleheader. We'll be back with more Tiger baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands. Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 Exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Blakelytown is Arkadelphia's gathering space, perfect for weddings, receptions, parties, reunions, showers, corporate outings, and more. Easily accessible for local and out-of-town visitors, Blakelytown features both indoor and outdoor options and is customizable to fit your vision and your needs. Blakelytown is locally owned and operated and proud to serve the Arkadelphia community. Dates fill quickly, so contact Blakelytown today to reserve your space for the event of your dreams.
Kendall Cassidy looking to finish things out here in the top of the 7th inning. Due up for Southwestern is 6, 7, 8. It's been Crossan, Fisher, and Mendoza. McCrossan 0 for 2 today thus far. Did draw a walk in the 3rd inning.
Batting for the Bulldogs, first baseman Nolan McCrossan.
We will have the 3rd game of this series tomorrow, and it's senior day here at Rab Rogers Field. It's going to be at 1 p.m. first pitch. Broadcast will start at 12:30. Senior day activities start at 12:40. So if you can't make it out to Rab Rogers, you can tune in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Kendall Cassidy has come on in relief. Pitched 2/3 of an inning to start his stint today, and now 2 full innings beyond that, looking to get a 3rd full inning. Pitch from Cassidy just misses outside. Count even now at 2-2. Two here, and a swing and just a tip off the bat. Two here too, the 6-hole hitter from Southwestern. Beautiful pitch there from Kendall Cassidy. His first strikeout of the outing today, as he will sit McCrossan down looking.
Second baseman Keaton Fisher.
So Keaton Fisher will step in. Fisher came into this series leading the team in batting average as that one is going to be hit into the gap in left center. That's going to be extra bases as it is fielded out there by Hill and brought in. So that's going to be a double for Keaton Fisher.
Now batting the shortstop, Jose Mendoza.
Mendoza steps in. Have a pinch runner for Southwestern.
Pinch running for the Bulldogs at second base, number 5, Kellen Frizzell.
Kellen Frizzell will step in. The Edmond, Oklahoma native, Murray State College transfer. That one is barreled up, fielded by McWilliams at short, flipped over to third to get Frizzell, as Mendoza will reach on a fielder's choice.
Fielder Chris Clark.
That is out number 2. Chris Clark steps up. The junior had a triple today, also a single. As that one is strike 1. That one low for ball 1. Clark, a native of LeCompte, Louisiana. South Arkansas Community College down there in Pine Bluff. As he will take that one inside. And he will ring him up on strike. So Kendall Cassidy gets a couple strikeouts here and has some momentum as the Tigers move into their final 3 outs. And the play over at third there to get that out turned into a Kendall Cassidy strikeout. That's going to do it for the Southwestern Bats, as the Tiger Bats are headed your way right after this break.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner, Rogers, Manning.
Back at Rav Rogers Field, you see the Ouachita dugout there. Ouachita needs some runs and some sense of offense here in the bottom of the 7th inning in this 7-inning game. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Tigers. McWilliams, Bedwell, and Yeager. A position change for Southwestern. Kellen Frizzell, who pinch ran last inning, will be at second base.
Batting for the Tigers, the shortstop, Reese McWilliams.
McWilliams looks to get things going here for the Tigers in the bottom of the 7th inning. As that one's outside for ball 1. Fulmer has had an absolute day for himself. Really just let his defense work behind him. 6 innings pitched thus far, 2 hits, 1 run, a walk, 5 strikeouts. As that one is barreled up into center field, given chase by the center fielder and caught. Says Spoto is in the right place at the right time as that one comes down for the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning.
Second baseman, Cole Bedwell.
Cole Bedwell will step in. 0 for 2 today, batting .280. Foul pop out and a fly out to right field. As he will look at that one low. That one's fouled back into the netting. One the count here, wave and a miss on the off speed. Great off speed pitch there from Fulmer. That one's lifted high and foul, given chase and on the roof of the Southwestern dugout. So 2 strikes here to the 6-hole hitter. And he will just miss there. Fulmer really not struggled with location. He's been able, like I mentioned, to get his defense to work behind him with only 5 strikeouts and not even to 90 pitches yet this far. As that one misses to run the count full. So back-to-back balls for Garrett Fulmer. Full count here to the 6-hole hitter. That's going to be inside for ball 4. So Tigers have a runner on base with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now batting third baseman, Reagan Yeager.
Reagan Yeager will step in. Oh for 1 today, with a walk and a strikeout. Yeager down in the count 0-2 very quick to Fulmer. As that one is hit high out into left center, and that's going to be extra bases for Reagan Yeager, as that will put Cole Bedwell on third in a prime RBI opportunity for Presley Nichols.
Now batting right fielder, Presley Nichols.
Right fielder Presley Nichols steps in. Only one out for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th inning in this 7-inning contest. That one's fouled off down the first base side. Off speed there in for strike 2. Here's the 0-2. That one's fouled off from Nichols. The 0-2 from Fulmer gets away, but Wortman able to keep it in front of him to keep Bedwell at third, Yeager at second. Here's the 1-2. That's outside. Count even at 2-2 here. That one is hit into the gap into left center. And that will be an RBI single for Presley Nichols. Right center. So runners advance on the single out there to the right center gap.
Hitting for the Tigers, number 18, Peyton Sterrett.
Peyton Sterrett will step in. Interesting tidbit about the Sterrett family. His sister broke the Sheridan High School 100-meter dash record yesterday afternoon with a time of 11.93 seconds. Skylar committed to University of Arkansas to play softball. Peyton will look at that one to even the count at 1-1. And a wave and a miss there on the check swing. Sterrett did a little bit of pitching last weekend against UAM. Now you see him in the batter's box as he will get that one down into no man's land to score another Ouachita run. As Reagan Yeager crosses the plate, Presley Nichols advances to second. The Ouachita Tigers got a little bit of offense going here as they make it a 5-run game.
Now batting left fielder, Connor Hill.
So Connor Hill will come to the plate. Hill looks at that one for strike 1. Hill big wave and miss at that one. That one notched up the middle and flipped over. A 1-3 put out there for the second out of the bottom of the 7th inning. And Jaron Cesar will step in. 107 pitches for Garrett Fulmer. 109 is the stats online stat broadcast just updated. Coach J.R. Reed getting all he can out of Garrett Fulmer. The count here to Cesar. As he will pop that one foul for strike 2. And the 1-2 fouled off once more. Cesar doing a great job of battling at the plate. Two the count here to the Tiger 2-hole hitter. 2 outs. Cesar going to ground that one to first. They will roll it foul down the first base line. And the 2-2 just misses for ball 3. Southwestern thought that one could be the game. Here's the full count. And a wave and a miss from Jaron Cesar will do things for the second game of the doubleheader. Southwestern takes this one 8-3, and the full game from Garrett Fulmer, 110 plus pitches for him today. Southwestern takes the series here in Arkadelphia, and we will have the third and final game of this series tomorrow. Broadcast starts at 12:30. 12:40 we will have senior day activities, and 1 o'clock will be first pitch. We appreciate you tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. My name is Dalton Reed, and have a good afternoon, everyone.
Manning and Plyler says, "Go Badgers."
Hi, everybody. This is John
Turner,
Fancher
Rogers,
with
Manning.
Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN. This is Tom Hart at ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.